Oops. Supposed to be on that one to start. Fix it real quick. Let's see. Kick is up. YouTube is up. Let's see if Rumble is up. We should probably mute that. Looks like it should be. Should be. I don't need this tab. Alright. Let's get it going. Happy Friday, everybody. Saw someone commented that. Happy Friday to you as well. Okay. Okay, I see what's going on now. Alright, let's just jump right into it. Knock this out. I guess before we start, I could not finish the entire history lesson I had planned for everybody for today. It wasn't going to get done by the time of the show, and I feel like it's better to have it all correct, comprehensive. So that'll either be Monday or Tuesday, just depending on what comes out this weekend, how much news there is to cover this weekend. But I won't be live again until Monday. I'm going to take the weekend off, try and enjoy myself a little bit, and probably work on, I guess, this probably multiple hour-long history lesson each episode, and I just don't want to start it and get it all wrong before, or start it early and get it all wrong. But I guess we'll hop right into it. Let's see. Today is Friday, March 6th, 2026. This is episode number 69 of Addressing the Issues. Yes, get your childish jokes out of the way now. I appreciate it. I appreciate them all, I guess. You can't be more childish than the whoever's running the White House X account. But you know, it's good to say Friday on this show. I guess as many of you know, I haven't been around on Fridays recently. First weekend off in a while, so I'm going to try and do something enjoyable. Try to. Hopefully, you know, it won't cost me $1,000 for a tank of gas to do it. Now let's get started. I guess right now I'm competing with the White House for your attention. They have the roundtable on college sports right now. I guess I would be more critical on this if it wasn't planned ahead for a couple of weeks now. We've got bigger fish to fry than college sports right now, guys. I'm sorry. I love college sports. Love college basketball, college football, college baseball. But there's way bigger fish to fry right now than discussing NIL and probably how many teams are allowed in March Madness and the college football playoff. There's just bigger fish to fry. I mean, I guess if it wasn't already scheduled, I would be tearing this apart right now, but it was. I guess, you know, when you arrange a meeting, you say you're going to do something, you do it. Maybe you could have, held off the war for a couple of days, because a lot of these college athletes are going to end up in Iran. It's crazy to say, I know, but there's going to be quite a few of them over there after they don't go pro. They decide, you know what, this is the next best thing, and there will be some as we've seen before, that will go pro and decide I'm going to go serve my country. I forget who that was. It was a football player for, I believe, the 49ers. But he left the NFL to go serve his country and didn't make it back home. And I fear that will be the case for plenty of people in the next generation. Or I guess in my generation. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. And I don't know. Just the timing of this college sports roundtable is, I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. But we'll move on, I guess, to our main story once again, which is the Iran war. Lots of new news on this today. Lots to cover. I guess lots of new news on this in the last couple of days, because I've missed a couple of things, and I guess it's good to fill you guys back in. Let's see, where do we want to start with this? All right, here we go. So there's a report that a U.S. official has claimed that we're entering phase 2 of the Iran war, which is expected to last another 12 to 14 days. As soon as I heard phase 2, I had that, time warp moment. I guess you could call it that. Maybe more like shell shock. But I thought back to around this time of the year in 2022, when Russia claimed it was entering phase 2 of the Ukraine war. After it was determined it wasn't going to be able to capture Kyiv, it decided to shift towards fighting through the eastern border of Ukraine. It feels really familiar to that, and I guess everybody knows that war is still going on to this day, 4 years later. And I mean, just given a relatively okay knowledge of history, at least of the global war on terror, which, like I've said plenty of times, has been my entire lifetime, essentially. Phase 2 is not something I ever wanted to hear. Especially given that, I believe it was 2 days ago, CENTCOM asked for more military intelligence officers to be sent to MacDill Air Force Base in Tampa for 100 days, but likely through September. So we're already planning for 100 days of war. I guess we're not getting what we expected to get done with just airstrikes done. There's rumors of boots on the ground, whether those be U.S. or Kurdish or combined is to be determined. I don't know. But it seems like it's a high likelihood now. If you can't get it done through just air superiority, you need to go on the ground to get your goals of this war done. I guess that's what's going to happen. The goals are just so every which way right now. Sometimes it's this, sometimes it's that, sometimes we add in an extra goal. The main one is regime change, a complete change of the governance of Iran. Future. Make Iran great again. MEGA. Thank you for your attention to this matter. President Donald J. Trump. So, there it is. It is nothing other than regime change. How well has that gone for us in the past? Not good. I'll get into that. I mean, more in depth in this history review video. I'm still looking into previous regime change in Iran by the U.S. But it seems that we're looking to do regime change within 100 days. I don't think it's going to happen in 100 days. I'm sorry to be a doomer, black pillar, as they call it. It's unlikely. It's just seriously unlikely. Um, we'd have to hope for a miracle, an absolute miracle, for this not to go longer, for there not to be boots on the ground. That seems to be the plan right now. Is this will go on at least 100 days, and I've met like 95% certainty boots on the ground is in the near future, if not what phase 2 explicitly outlines. There's other reports today that Azerbaijan wants to join the war. What a death wish from them. Especially given other developments I'm going to disclose here in this episode. But what a death wish. I mean, I don't know. I don't think Azerbaijan is the most formidable army. And, I mean, they're completely encircled by Iran. Well, I guess not completely, but Iran, Russia, both close proximity. And they say they want to join in strikes. I don't think it's going to turn out well for them. I don't, especially as this conflict continues to escalate. I guess we'll jump over to the Russia part. Russia is allegedly providing intel to target U.S. forces. That came out today. So Russia intelligence is involved now in this war. Russia's involved in their own war right now, as I discussed earlier, with Ukraine. Ukraine is providing intelligence now to the U.S. and Iran regarding the Shahed drone issue. Ukraine President Zelensky announced yesterday, "We received a request from the United States for specific support and protection against Shaheds in the Middle East region. I gave instructions to provide the necessary means and ensure the presence of Ukrainian specialists who can guarantee the required security. Ukraine helps partners who help ensure our security and protect the lives of our people. Glory to Ukraine." So the Russia-Ukraine war has picked sides in the Iran war. That is a developing concern. This Ukraine-Russia war spilled out into a number of countries, particularly in Africa. That's not commonly reported, but Russian mercenaries, Wagner Company, which now is going under Africa Corps, and Ukraine mercenaries have already been fighting skirmishes in Africa. I mean, their war has spilled out into plenty of countries in Africa. And now they want to get involved in Iran as well. You see where this is going. Azerbaijan wants to get in. I mean, this is turning into a World War III type scenario. I hate to say it. I was hopeful early on this could be quick. I didn't think it would be. Though when all these countries join in, start fighting multiple fronts, multiple regions, I mean, that is a world war. That is what World War II was, what World War I was. Those were in Europe. This will be throughout the Middle East and Europe. I mean, shocking developments. I'll talk about this. President Trump was not commander-in-chief in previous conflicts. If anything, his methods are different. That is fair. General Raising Cane does a pretty good job, I would say. At least he did in Syria. The issue is how cohesive right now Iran is. They are I mean, begging to go to war with the U.S. I mean, well, they are at war with the U.S., but they just want destruction. You can find videos of Iranians cheering, or I guess cheering against the U.S., mourning the Ayatollah. It's alarming. They have much more of a desire for this war to kill the great Satan, as they call the U.S., to kill the little Satan, as they call Israel. They have much more of a desire to do this than American troops right now. It's unfortunate, but, morale has something to do with this, and Americans kind of see that they're going to fight a war that has nothing to do with them. They're being told that it has something to do with trying to collapse the Chinese empire, the Chinese military. I think a lot of them see straight through that. Iran and China, yes, are linked economically, yes, linked militarily. But I think this is going to do a lot more destruction to U.S. economy than it will to China's, even if you prevent them from getting oil, prevent them from getting natural gas. I think it's going to do a lot more damage to the U.S. when we're trying to rebuild these stockpiles of missiles. God forbid they sink a carrier and we have to buy a new one. I don't even know that we can make a carrier here in the U.S. anymore. Are we going to go to China to buy it? I mean, we're going to buy a Chinese carrier to go to war with China. Not a stellar idea. Our U.S. shipyards are completely depleted. We're going to deplete our ammunition, and China isn't firing a single rocket right now. They're selling some, but they're not wasting their money on it. We're the ones wasting our money right now. It's a bad situation to be in if you're planning on fighting China in the long run, in my opinion. I mean, yes, you're cutting off energy supply in a way. There's other ways that they can get these resources, namely through Russia. But I think this war is different than previous Middle East conflicts in the sense that Iran is larger, much larger, both spatially and population-wise. And they're also more cohesive. These aren't, little tribesmen running around in Afghanistan or small terrorist forces running through Iraq. This is a country who has yearned for the day that they can fight American troops on their home soil. They've yearned for it. And I don't know that we completely comprehend how much we're playing into the goals of China, the goals of Iran. I mean, they don't care if they die even. I mean, that's no different than Afghanistan, honestly. I mean, they didn't care if they died either. They're viewed as martyrs. But when you are fighting someone who truly doesn't care if they die or not, if all of them are wiped out, it's better than capitulating. It's going to be a bloody, costly war for us. Let me see if I missed anything. There's also a couple more developments on this from today. Iran has threatened that it will begin to develop a nuclear missile and that it will be used to strike Tel Aviv. The X account of Khomeini had a post today that says the Zionist regime has made a big mistake and its consequences will make the regime desperate by God's grace, with a picture of a missile alluded to be nuclear. It was edited. It was an AI picture, to be clear. They claim that they're developing it underground, that it will be used to strike Tel Aviv. If Tel Aviv gets struck by a nuclear weapon, Israel's launched them all off. Then it's nuclear. Russia will likely start striking European targets at the same time with nuclear weapons. The U.S. will respond. Is this what the goal is here? I mean, assured destruction, mutual assured destruction, destruction. Wow, having a stroke. I mean, mutually assured destruction is not our goal. It can't be. That is, I mean, we're not martyrs. We're not going to get 72 virgins at the end of this in America. I don't think anybody is, but we don't have the same mentality as them. We want to see our empire grow, expand. I guess that's just me. I love the American empire, and I don't want to be nuked. And I feel like that's probably not a unfair feeling. I don't think anybody wants to be turned into a shadow on a wall that lasts for 80 years now. Over 80 years. You can still see the shadows of people in Japan. I don't think that's how anybody wants to be remembered by as a martyr turned into a shadow on a wall in Hiroshima, a shadow on a wall in their hometown. It's not right. It's not good. Then whoever survives everything is absolutely done for. Only people left will be like, what? I think they say like South America's the safest place to be. Those people, they don't do well without help from everybody else. We'll go back to the Stone Age over there. What tribes of the Amazon being the most advanced people in the area. I'll stop with that. Let's see, what else was there? Okay, yeah. There's also reports that boots on the ground are possible. I've alluded to this a little bit earlier. There's speculation that these will be Kurdish forces that'll be serving as boots on the ground, infiltrating into northwest Iran from both Turkey and Iraq. There's also reports that the 82nd Airborne may be deployed. They have abruptly canceled a training exercise this week, and the structure, the purpose of the 82nd Airborne is to be constantly ready to deploy anywhere in the world on 18 hours notice. I guess they're trained enough and they're ready to go. There's no word that they have been deployed from, I believe, Fort Bragg. There's no word that they have. They wouldn't telegraph this to the enemy. They wouldn't leak it to the media. That would be, silly. A death wish. But, if you're canceling training exercises, there's obviously something more important to focus on than training. And it may be the time to put this training to the test. I hope not. Oh, I hope not. But yes, it looks like there will be boots on the ground rather soon, whether it be strictly Kurdish, which I believe is 30,000 soldiers, not capable of toppling I believe it's 92 million person country a million armed forces, 30,000, I don't care how well we've trained them, isn't going to be able to do it. So, we'll probably be the ones that have to go in after or go in mixed into the group. We'll move on from this, I guess, for right now. I guess all these are tied on, but we'll move on from the boots on the ground rumors to, well, there's the Gulf states right now have been considering pulling investments from the U.S. over the Iran war. I believe it's 3 out of 4 of the Gulf states who have invested in the U.S. I think everybody remembers when Trump went over to the Middle East during the first couple of weeks of his second term and received trillions of dollars of investment. The Gulf states are now considering pulling this investment from the U.S. And are already, our economy is already in shambles. I'll talk about that at the end. But we don't need investment pulled right now. We can't afford it. Well, they didn't cancel training so the 82nd Airborne could weigh in on eligibility in college sports. Army football is pretty good, so maybe. I'd rather watch Army play Navy in football than Army and Navy play war in Iran, that's for sure. Maybe they're getting pads on them. They're allowing people in the military to be eligible in college sports. We can hope. Let's see, is there anything over here that I'm missing? I don't think so. Let's see, what else do we have? Okay, we'll go with this. Bloomberg, of all news sources, of all the news sources that could have done this, liberal Bloomberg has released an article, an op-ed, opinion editorial, titled Israel First, America Second. Yes, that is what's going on here. Now, the way that it has been done by Bloomberg makes me think it is supposed to upset the America First coalition right now that is, gaining support faster than anybody saw coming, especially after a Trump win and his American backsliding, as I would call it. I've heard of Democratic backsliding. This is American backsliding. That's just what it is. But a title, Israel First, America Second. Has there ever been a truer statement on this war? And I know this is supposed to make me mad. It makes me, I don't know what the feeling is. It's not mad, it's just like, finally somebody is acknowledging this in mainstream media. I would call Bloomberg mainstream. This is what people have been arguing for. Since Operation Midnight Hammer. Before then, kind of going back into Trump's first term, the Obama years, the Bush years. This is what has driven the America First coalition in politics. And to have mainstream media address this, even if it is just an op-ed, is it's like, wow, we've spotted the elephant in the room, guys. We have found it. I mean, it's absolutely like, it's the truth. It's the truth. And we've been avoiding it for, I mean, how many years? How many years have we put America second? How many times have we been claimed we'll finally put America first to turn around and put Israel first? But this is what, a lot of the public has been claiming for a long time. A long time. And I guess this is what do they call it? Crossing the Rubicon. This is the point at which maybe it finally gets brought up on mainstream cable news. You'll turn on CNN tonight and you'll see Israel first, America second, or you'll turn on NBC and see that they're talking about this. It won't make it the Fox. It won't. It couldn't. Mark Levin would not allow that. He wouldn't. But this is crossing the Rubicon. This is opening doors, the conversation that have been closed for forever. Or forever. What's the opening the Overton window? This is the opening of the Overton window right here. That's what it is. Crossing the Rubicon, whatever you want to call it. This is a conversation that's long needed to be had and hopefully can finally be done so. And it needs to be done before this midterm. It does. And whatever the results are from the midterm, so be it. We finally address this, issue that is crippling America. Let's see. How do we want to go about the rest of this? All right. We'll just jump into the propaganda America has been pushing and how bad it is. I've got a couple examples today. Namely, the White House X account has been pushing the most, mind-breaking propaganda I have ever seen, interlacing bombing of Iran with Call of Duty gameplay, pushing Pokemon-related propaganda as American. A little Japanese in my opinion, but apparently America is Pokemon or something. And then the most recent one was interlacing clips of the steroid era home run chase with footage bombing Iran. Absolutely, GTA was used as part of this propaganda push. They're targeting my generation. Nobody's biting. Nobody's gonna bite on this. We know what it is. It's to get us to get up and go fight Iran for Israel. That's what it is. And we're not gonna bite on it. You can pick our favorite video games from our childhood. You can pick iconic moments of American history and try and propagandize it with comparing it, propagandizing it, interlacing it with blowing up random things in Iran. We're not gonna bite. We're not. There's also, I think it's the Department of Nuclear Energy, if I'm not mistaken. Let me make sure. I get that right. I believe it's the Department of Nuclear Energy. Yeah, or no, Office of Nuclear Energy of the U.S. Department of Energy posted a video yesterday. It says, watch, it's not every day you get to see a test reactor pulse of a nuclear reactor. Well, they forgot to mute the audio. And it's a whole bunch of dudes speaking Russian in this test. Maybe nuclear reactors only work if you speak Russian around them. I'm sure Chernobyl would like a do-over. But somebody dug up the actual video, the full video. I believe it was from 2012. Yes. December 7th, 2012. It was a Triga reactor. It's in Russia. We're posting Russian nuclear reactors as some from 2012 as some like big win in US nuclear energy. I mean, how crazy are we? How dumb do they think we are? We're supposed to go fight Iran because you interlaced the home run chase, Call of Duty footage, and GTA with bombing things. We're supposed to, get excited that we're building nuclear reactors. Although this one's been functioning in Russia since 2012. I mean, the propaganda has been so bad recently. It's shameful. It's absolutely shameful. But we'll move on. The propaganda won't stop coming because I call it out and everybody else calls it out. The White House has just been pushing the most absurd, nobody thought through this before posting it type propaganda. Nobody thought interlacing childhood memories for people with bombing footage is a bad idea. US culture with bombing footage, another bad idea. I mean, I guess that is US culture at this point. So what culture do Americans have? It's like bombing the Middle East. What do you mean? That's all we do. We make money so we can bomb the Middle East. I mean, I can't believe it. What else is there? We talked about that one. I guess we'll go to... This is a short one. Here we go. Tony Gonzalez dropped out of the Texas House race, conceding the primary election to Brandon Herrera today. Awesome win for America. If you are in Brandon's district, I would highly recommend you vote for him. He's a great YouTuber. They've been trying to slander him for his YouTube videos and gun YouTube videos and stuff, and I'm not falling for it. He's awesome. He's funny. And guns are awesome. That's that. Go Second Amendment. But we'll move on from that. I just thought that was good news, especially if you don't like people who cause their staffers to self-immolate on... I mean, that's just what it is. I don't appreciate him because of his sexual deviance. We'll leave it at that. I guess we'll talk about the daily economic side of things because it is a shit show. Oil is, as of right now, up 12.6% today, 35% this week. This is price per barrel of oil. Up 35% in a week, 41.8 this month. I mean, just skyrocketing. $91 a barrel right now. 2 days ago, Qatar shut down its liquid natural gas plant, or liquefied natural gas plant, which will take weeks to restart. It supplies 20% of the world's liquid natural gas. Thank goodness the U.S. has decided to drill, baby, drill, or we would be completely out of energy in about 3 weeks. Just today, Qatar warns that oil could double and bring down economies of the world, which isn't good. Nobody wants to pay $6 a gallon of gas. That's just not what we're looking forward to. That is not the golden era I was promised, surely. What else do we have on here? This morning's selling spree in the stock market has rebounded slightly, the just under a 1% loss today heading into the weekend. So I guess if we only lose 1% a day, it's not too bad. It is still under 50,000 though, Pam Bondi. Maybe we could see some arrests now, because it doesn't look like your oh so valid. The stock market's up above 50K deflection is working out right now. We did care about that, I guess, for a couple of days, and then now we care that it's sitting at 4750 or 47,500. Sorry. I mean, that deflection is. She's eating her words right now. It's so bad. But just under 1%. It did recover after this morning's, huge sell-off. And there's some other news regarding the jobs report. Unemployment rose last month to 4.4%. America lost 92,000 jobs in February. This is the golden era. This is the era in which gold will be worth more than anything we can buy, I guess, is what the golden era means now. There's another interesting story coming out that it's now possible to qualify for housing assistance while making $200,000 or more annually. If you make over $200,000 a year, you are still eligible for housing assistance. I can't even wrap my head around that. Growing up, I was like, I'd love to have a job that I made $100,000 a year. I could, buy any house I wanted to. I'd live in a mansion if I made $100,000 a year. Now you're on the housing equivalent of food stamps with $200,000 annually. Absolutely crazy stuff. The median home price, meaning right in the middle, $405,000. This is the golden era. This is the golden era where you will not be able to purchase any gold because your dollar is worthless. And no matter how hard you work, you can't afford a house. $200,000 salary annually or more, and you still qualify for housing assistance in this economy. I guess this all coincides with Wall Street today's warning of echoes of the 2008 financial crisis. Echoes. I'm hearing a replay. I'm hearing it in 4K. I'm watching a replay in 4K of the 2008 financial crisis. And I'm being told it's the golden era. I mean, this is... And then I'm going to go fight and die in Iran. This is the golden era, guys. I hope you're enjoying. I was hopeful. We had like one good week in January. I was like, yes, it's the golden era. The golden age. Now I'm like, I guess the golden age is never owning anything in your life, making $200,000 and being on food stamps still, qualifying for housing assistance, $200,000 a year living in Section 8. This is the golden age. Going to die for Iran, or in Iran. The golden age. Being unemployed unless you sign up for the army to go die in a foreign land. This is our golden age, guys. This is awesome stuff. Being propagandized by Russian videos and Call of Duty videos in times when America was actually fun. This is our golden age. I hope you are just loving this. Our golden age is going to have $6 a gallon gas. This is the golden age. You're the only one who remembers what Pam Bondi said. No other American has an attention span that long. I remember stupidity. It's unfortunate, but when I see something stupid, like the other day, I was sitting at this restaurant. The other day, I was sitting there, and I see a dude walking down the sidewalk pushing a shopping cart, a vagrant. There were the only things in this shopping cart. It had a bottom layer. In the bottom layer, there were two pillows, like a chair cushion and a chair back cushion, or pillow. And the entire inside of this cart was filled with coconuts that were just picked up off the street. I mean, I had never seen something so dumb. And that'll probably stay with me for the rest of my life. Just watching this, cracked out dude pushing a shopping cart full of coconuts. But it's almost as memorable as when Pam Bondi said, "Why do you care about the Epstein files? The stock market's above 50K. That's what you should be caring about." Oh my goodness. This is the golden age. I'm loving it. I'm just loving it. Oh. I don't think any of this is good. I'm just trying to stay hopeful, guys. This is the darkest timeline. And it's called the Golden Age. It's called the Golden Age. America's second Golden Age. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I guess we'll wrap up here. I'll check and see if there's anything I missed. We'll see if the White House has come up with anything else that's, really neat in the last hour or so. Be like Tim Tebow throwing a pass and like a school blows up in Iran. Like this is... There's a football one on here. It's not Tim Tebow. It's like a biggest hits compilation and Iran blowing up after. I mean, this is... At least we've saved college sports, guys. We'll have that for like half a season before all of our starting quarterbacks are sent to the Middle East. Let's see if there's anything here. Let's see if Trump's posted anything as well. See if he's got any recent bangers. Exquisite class weaponry. I met with a whole bunch of defense contractors and said we need more rockets because we have infinite right now, but we need a lot really quickly, guys, because we have infinite. I mean, the propaganda right now is so bad. It's so bad. Let's see. I don't need this one. Let's check. See if any major headlines have came out, because it is now after 5 on Friday and they would love to sneak it in so nobody can talk about it till Monday. Looks like I've got most of them. They're probably sneaking so many bias today, especially given our football highlights. We got a biggest hit compilation and bombs dropping on Iran in the middle of it. Maybe you should end on some good news. What good news? That I haven't been drafted yet. Guys, I haven't been drafted yet. This is the best thing ever. I mean, what is good news? Is there any good news today? I mean, I guess I could have ended on the Brandon Herrera thing. That was good news. He has not caused anybody to light themselves on fire yet, so, I mean, good news. You gotta throw in yet, because that's been, I mean, an alarming thing recently. People just deciding, I'm gonna go record on my phone me burning myself in front of the Capitol. Whoa, dude. That's crazy. We're back on bad news. Let's see. Can I find any good news? Can you find any good news these days? While I do that, make sure you guys are dropping a like, hitting the follow button on YouTube, or follow button on Rumble and Kick, subscribing on YouTube, dropping a like if the platform allows you to do so. I'd appreciate it. Thanks for sticking around for another day of the Golden Age. Another day of the Golden Age. Here's news. BlackRock limits withdrawals on $26 billion private credit fund amid redemption surge. Is that good news or bad news? Probably bad news. When private equity starts having woes about the economy, you know you're in trouble. Good news. Good news. People are outraged that cops are praying. Probably not good news. I mean, good news. Good news. We're not going to find it, guys. We'll be here all night trying to find it. Speaking of all night, I think I might do a game night for the first time in like a couple of months. I guess just a month or so. I think I'm gonna try and do a game night tonight. That'll be tonight sometime around 9. I'll get on, play some games, hang out with you guys. I have a feeling, something else is gonna come up that's not good news, and we'll be able to talk about that a little bit while we hang out, play video games. It's not going to be a regular episode. We're just going to be playing games, hanging out, trying to, I guess distract ourselves from whatever's going on here. And yeah, make sure you guys are dropping a like, subscribing, following. Appreciate all of you guys sticking around till the end. It was fun today, even though there was no good news. I think we all had a pretty good time. I say that myself. I think everybody listening to today's was like, oh, more Doom. That's alright. Nintendo is suing the U.S. government over tariffs. Is it good news? We're not finding any good news. There's no good news to be had today. But maybe the good news is that I'm planning on having a game night stream tonight. We'll be back live for a regular show on Monday at 4:45 Eastern time. But yeah, come by, hang out tonight. I don't know what I'm going to be playing. It might be the regular NASCAR 25. It may be something different. I guess we'll wrap up. Try and do something that makes you happy this weekend. Try to, maybe it's going out, probably to the closest diner that you have, getting some good food, sitting at a lunch bar, talking to some people. Just maybe it's driving to your local racetrack. It's going to be expensive now, but it's not going to get any cheaper anytime soon. So maybe do that, go to the park, walk around the lake, the beach if you live near a beach. Just go spend some time. Think about how beautiful this all is. How great America is or could be. Just, consider that while you're doing these things, chatting with your neighbors. Just do something to make yourself happy this weekend. And, think about, is this country worth saving? Is it worth saving? Do that Saturday. When you're driving home from the racetrack, it's, 11 at night, you're exhausted. You're thinking about that question. Make sure you get to bed soon. Wake up early on Sunday. Go to church. Because the first step in saving America is saving yourself. That's how I plan to spend my weekend. Figured it wasn't too bad advice for everybody else. But yeah, do something that makes you happy. Go have a good conversation. Hopefully with somebody at a lunch counter you've never met before. Have something to do after. Take your friends along, your family. Just go by yourself if you have nobody to go with. And just, do something to make you happy. Support your local racetrack. I love American culture. So maybe go out and get barbecue or like a BLT as well. So that's American too, I think. That's American. Consider whether it's worth saving. And if you think, yes, I'd love to save this country, go to church on Sunday, save yourself. We'll get back to work on Monday. I appreciate you guys watching. We'll have a game night tonight. And then I hope everybody has a stellar weekend. We'll be back on Monday with, the golden age, guys. So to all my people on the East Coast, I hope you get home safe. To my people further west, I hope you finish up the workday strong and get home safe as well. It was good hanging out with you guys. I hope everybody has a stellar weekend. I hope you consider at least my recommendation for how you could spend your weekend. If not, it's whatever. But it sounds pretty good, doesn't it? It sounds pretty good. And then we'll be back Monday. With more of the Golden Age. Thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you again very, very soon.